You aren't allowed to make fun of me for being covered in cat hair. There is nothing I can do about it. She just appears and then all of a sudden there's hair everywhere. Oh, and she's gone. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am building a starter home. God, this is just unbelievable. I have a lint roller, but like every 2 seconds, I can't wear this shirt. I just gotta stop wearing this shirt. I put on a different shirt. This one's not as prone to getting cat hair stuck on it, so I look less dirty. Anyway, today we're building in The Sims. All right, welcome back to Speed Build Sunday. Today we're working on a base game starter home. It's 3 bedrooms. It's not quite a starter home, like it's 24,000 simoleons, not 20,000 simoleons, but I figured if you've got like 4 Sims living here, you probably have a little bit more than just 20k. So I gave myself 24,000 simoleons to build like a decent looking starter home. And it was one of those things where I also had this goal of like, I don't want it to look like a starter home. Like when you live in this house with your Sims, I don't want you to feel like you're playing in a cheap starter home. I think the point of starter homes in The Sims, at least the ones in the base game, are kind of to like leave it up to you to update them as you get more money. Like that's kind of the whole point of like having a starter house, is to slowly update it and like maybe buy a better fridge when you get some more money and buy a better computer and like buy a better TV and slowly like upgrade your bed so your Sims like can get their needs up faster. But like that's one thing. The outside doesn't have to look ugly. And I say this all the time, but like when I first started playing The Sims, I was not good at building at all. I liked decorating houses, but I didn't like building the exteriors because I didn't know how to make them look good. So like I would have loved to have a house like this that was fine from the outside, like problem solved, it's got the space that I need, and then I can just like update the inside to fit my Sims, like make sure my kid has the right decorations in their room and stuff like that. So I would have loved this house back in the day. It also uses debug landscaping, so of course it's very cheap. And as I'm watching this back, I'm like remembering the stream that I built this on, because I build most of my speed builds on stream because I stream every day on Twitch. By the way, that's twitch.tv/lilsimsie. And so I'm like thinking back to this day, and oh boy, what a day that was. I had been crying like literally all day. I got some bad news, so I was just kind of upset and like not doing well. But I wanted to stream still to kind of get my mind off of things. I was like desperate for like some sort of distraction, and so I streamed on Twitch still, but like my eyes were all puffy and swollen, my face looked horrible because I've been crying all day, and so I was like, I can't just go live. Like, what am I supposed to do? So I streamed with no face cam for the first time ever. I used to make all my videos with no face cam, so that's not that odd for me, at least. It is kind of, as of recently, kind of odd because I always have face cam in my videos now, but like I just kind of went live with no warning, with no face cam on, and they were all like, where are you? Show us your face. And I was like, I'm crying though. What am I supposed to do? So that was kind of a spooky stream, truthfully. But you know what? It happens. I also recorded just my straight up screen, so I think I'm gonna put my face cam over my alerts so that you can't see them. But if alerts keep popping up over my head, I'm really sorry. I know it's annoying. Follow me on Twitch, and then maybe your name could be there. Anyway, my priorities for the interior of the house were, number 1, to have an actual kitchen, because I hate the cheapest kitchen counters. They're so ugly. And so when I came in to build this, I was like, we have to at least have a nice looking kitchen. Like, I will not use the cheapest base game counters. I refuse. They are so stupid. They don't have like a decent color scheme that like is sort of neutral, because they're all like blue. And how are you supposed to fit that in anything? Why don't we have a more neutral swatch of, I mean, we do have one that's like kind of beige, but it's ugly, and I didn't want to use it in here, so I used a slightly more expensive counter. And I also tried really hard to have upper cabinets, which is probably a giant waste of money. Like, I didn't even have enough space to have rugs in the whole house. Like, I did like a fake rug by using carpet tiles instead of a real rug because it was cheaper. Actually, it was free because it's the same price as the other flooring. So like, I kind of, you know, cheated the system a little bit, but I really wanted the house to look nice. And so I definitely wasted some money in some places. We could have had like a better fridge or whatever, but instead I picked cabinets, which doesn't make much sense, but you know what? It happens, and I'm glad that I did it. It was worth it. Speaking of things that I'm glad that I did, I finally got my diploma in the mail yesterday. I graduated college in April. I finished school like at the end of April, and I finally got my diploma in the mail yesterday. It's been like 5 months. I knew it would take a long time to get my diploma in the mail, but I didn't think it was gonna take 5 months. It usually takes 8 to 10 weeks, they said, to get them, and then it took a little bit longer than that. I know for a fact they at least misprinted some of them, because I saw on my school subreddit someone posted a picture of theirs and it said like graduated on this day in 20,020, like written out in words, 20,020 on their diploma. And so I think they had to like reprint some of them at least, because they had misprinted and written 20,020 on them, which is not the year that we're in. I mean, even the diploma doesn't want to be in 2020 anymore, and I respect that. But I saw yesterday someone posted that they got theirs in the mail, and I was like, wait a minute, you got yours? And so I got got all excited. I went to my mailbox, and it was kind of like a little bit of a trek because my mailbox is at the front of the neighborhood, so I have to like walk out there. They're like all together, sort of like an apartment, how they're like in a mailroom, except it's outside and at the front of the neighborhood. So I walked out there, went to the mailbox, and it just had one thing in it, not even addressed to me. It was like a little ad addressed to my boyfriend who lives in a different country, but he was here for like many months last year, and so like obviously ordered things to my house and stuff. But so we got this like ad from a company addressed to him, so it was like an extra slap in the face, like, by the way, you don't have a diploma, and also here's some mail for your boyfriend who you can't visit because there's a pandemic. But it's fine, I got over it. And then I walked back to my house, and I got here, and there was a box on my porch, like a delivery had come, like while I was gone. In like the 10 minutes that I was gone, a delivery had come, and there was a box on my porch, and I was like, what's this then? And it was my diploma. I thought it was gonna come in like an envelope and like be in my mailbox, but it was like a FedEx delivery of a box, and so it was like in a nice little case, and it was my diploma. There was a tassel with it. Like, I was very excited. I wasn't expecting it to come in a nice case like that. I mean, I was under the impression that it was gonna come in like a little envelope and they might have folded it or something, because I just did not have high hopes. But now I have a tassel and like a pin that says class of 2020, which is, you know, not all that exciting, but I was excited about it because I waited so long to get my diploma. Like, I've been waiting for this forever. It finally feels real now. Honestly, I was kind of starting to get worried. I was like, it's been like 5 months. How has it not gotten here yet? But I have it now. Not to brag, I am a graduate. I studied history, by the way. I know you're gonna ask. I have a history degree. And I actually physically have a history degree now. So good for me. I just couldn't believe the timing of like me going to my mail, it not being there, and then by the time I got home, it was there. I saw the delivery truck go by, but like I hadn't ordered anything, so I assumed it wasn't going to my house, obviously. Like, why would I think it was? I didn't know it was gonna come in a box like that. I thought it was gonna be in the mail, like a little flat envelope or something, but no, it was not. It was in a box. Kind of a flat box, to be fair, but like it was still a box. It was also, the return address was written as like UCF promotional services or something, so I was kind of like, that's weird. Promotional services? Like, it's my degree. I wouldn't call it a promotional service. I don't know. In fact, it was really, in essence, just a very expensive piece of paper. I might frame it. I'm just saying. I don't think I'm gonna do that. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. We'll see. I'll figure it out. Truthfully, as I'm looking back at this house, though, I think that I spent more time doing the exterior than the interior. But that's kind of just how starter homes are, right? Well, at least when you do it like this. Because sometimes there's like two kinds of starter homes. There's like the no cheats starter home, where you don't use debug landscaping, and so you have like nothing to put on the outside, so you just have like this generic empty yard, and you spend like 0 seconds on the outside. Or it's like this, where you've kind of built a nice, decent looking starter home, you furnish it really quickly because you didn't have much stuff to put in it because it's a small, cheap house, and then you do the landscaping with debug, so you have like all these options and all these things to scroll through, and so you have all of this stuff to do, and then you end up spending more time doing the outside than the inside. But guys, it just looks so much better when you use debug landscaping. Like, look at this. How can you look at this and not think that it's better than what it looks like without it, you know? I keep saying this also, but I don't really think that debug landscaping is cheating. It might be cheating, technically, because it involves a cheat code to get it. But like, I don't really care if my Sims house has nice landscaping. I feel like it's cheating when you do things that actually impact your Sims. Like if you cheat for money to build like a mansion, or if you cheat for money to have like extra bedrooms, or cheat to have a better fridge, or cheat to even just like have a computer. That's kind of cheaty because it's like actually impacting your gameplay. But like, this doesn't impact anything. It's just a fake little decorative plant. Like, whatever. It doesn't matter. And a lot of things are free in the game that probably shouldn't be. Like, roofing is free. Why is roofing free? That's so expensive. Like, changing the texture of your roof in real life, an absolute nightmare. And honestly, even to replace windows, like the fact that you could delete a window and get one for the exact same price, and just like replace the window with a huge window that's the exact same, I mean, that is not how real life works. If you wanted to get like a giant custom glass window, good luck, because that's gonna cost you like $10 million. And I'm not even exaggerating. I am a little bit, but like, if you've looked into that kind of thing before, like that is so much. Even like painting your house is expensive if you wanted to like hire someone else to do it. I do wish there was a way to like make The Sims have like a realism mode when you're building, to just have like, I don't know, like changing out kitchen cabinets actually costs a ton of money, because that's the kind of thing that like to replace your kitchen and like redo plumbing is so expensive in real life. Like buying new furniture, like that's so easy to just rearrange the living room or whatever, but like to actually redo the kitchen is like $1 million. That's a real number. That's really true. $1 million for one kitchen. Yeah. Can you imagine? I bet there are some people that have like some absolutely absurd kitchens that cost $1 million. Like some of these like mega million multi-gazillion dollar mansions in like California or something. I don't know. They have some weird kitchens. They have like gourmet appliances and like all these fancy things. There's a YouTube channel called Architectural Digest that like does tours of these like really fancy mansions a lot of times in LA. And it's like, look at this $37 million mansion in Los Angeles. Here's what they have. And they've got like a shark pond in their front yard and like this amazing kitchen and like these doors to the outside and this view of, oh my God. Anyway, this starter home is not like that. This is not the same. This house has a view of the other houses, a view of the cheapest houses in The Sims 4, which could be worse, but you know, isn't that bad. Also, you're seeing me now. I was trying to use an easel to see if my sim could like paint some stuff to get some cheap decorations for the walls, but all the paintings he was making were like 1,000 simoleons. So I was like, never mind. We can't afford this. We can't be having 1,000 simoleon paintings. Like you can try all you want to make some nice wall decorations, but it's not gonna work. And that is basically the end of the video. I'm sorry it's not a $37 million mansion. It is a $24,000 mansion. And like I said, it's 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. And I think it turned out kind of cute. There's also this empty room upstairs that you really don't need, but exists. To be fair, you could make it into a nice, long, skinny room. Like you could have this be like some sort of attic if you wanted to, like that. I don't know. I didn't do that because it's a waste of money to buy the more walls, but there is space to expand if necessary. And then on the inside, when you walk in, there's a living room. There isn't a TV, but there's a computer. So you can at least do something to get your Sims fun up. If you had some more money, you could have a TV, but we're not made of money over here, okay? We don't have $37 million. I mentioned this like little trick that I did where instead of putting an actual rug down, because the rug costs money, 150 whole simoleons, I just used carpet and I just replaced the floor tiles in that section with like a textured carpet, because then, you know, it might not look the best, but at least there's something there. And the carpet is the same price as the wood floor, so it's free to have that, and like it looks better than if there wasn't something there. So I did that. Eventually I might change that to be a real rug. Honestly, if you layered the rug on top of that, you could get something kind of cool going there. Even like that. I mean, you can just kind of expand the rug a little bit. I don't know. It's a thought. We've got a nice fish bowl over here. There's like a dining room, bookshelf, desk, of course. Kitchen's nice and big. There's 2 kids' rooms right here. There is 1 custom painting that my sim made. It's a nice, poor quality painting, but I figured it kind of matched the room. I was like, wait a minute, that green kind of works. So I put it in the kids' room. They've got a chess table and an easel in the front yard. So there's 2 skill building things your Sims can have. The parents' room's kind of bland, but you know, what are you gonna do? And they have 1 bathroom, which is also nice and decent. I don't know, it's a nice, fine house. It gets the job done. It isn't great, but it's also not bad. And honestly, I like the landscaping a lot. Like from the outside, I think it's adorable. From the inside, it's just about fine. And I honestly feel like that kind of goes for most of my houses. The inside, just about fine. The outside, pretty good. Not great, but like pretty good. So you're welcome for that. And on that note, I'm going to go. Congratulate me on my diploma in the comments, please. And I will see you all tomorrow. You see, I asked for congratulations. I graduated 6 months ago. Like, this isn't new. Like, I just finally actually have the proof.